The Department of Justice is fed up. After years of back and forth, the patience of federal authorities has worn thin. They're taking on New York and its reckless sanctuary policies. These policies, which have been a point of contention for years, are now at the forefront of a major legal battle. Governor Kathy Hochul and her cronies are in the hot seat. The state leadership is facing intense scrutiny and criticism from all sides. They're accused of obstructing justice and aiding illegal aliens. The allegations are serious, suggesting that state policies are actively hindering federal law enforcement efforts. The DOJ is done playing nice. They've issued stern warnings in the past, but now they're taking decisive action. They're taking them to court. This legal battle is set to be a landmark case with significant implications for state and federal relations. This isn't just about politics, it's about safety. The core of the issue lies in the protection of communities and the enforcement of laws designed to keep citizens safe. It's about protecting American citizens. The federal government argues that sanctuary policies undermine the safety and security of the nation. New York's policies have consequences. The state's stance on immigration has led to a series of protests and public outcry, and now they're going to pay the price. The legal repercussions could be severe, setting a precedent for other states with similar policies. The lawsuit is a direct challenge to New York's green light law. This law, which has been controversial since its inception, is now under the microscope. This law allows illegal aliens to obtain driver's licenses. Critics argue that this not only legitimizes illegal immigration, but also poses a security risk. It also prevents state officials from cooperating with federal immigration authorities. This lack of cooperation is seen as a direct affront to federal law. This means dangerous criminals are allowed to roam free. The inability to share information between state and federal agencies can lead to serious public safety issues. The DOJ is sending a clear message: enough is enough. They are determined to put an end to policies they believe jeopardize national security. New York's sanctuary policies are endangering our communities. They must be stopped. The federal government is making it clear that they will not tolerate any actions that compromise the safety of American citizens. The outcome of this legal battle could reshape the landscape of immigration policy in the United States. Both sides are gearing up for a fight that could have lasting implications. As the case unfolds, the nation watches closely. The stakes are high, and the impact of the court's decision will be felt far beyond New York. Legal experts are weighing in, with opinions divided on the potential outcomes. The debate over state versus federal authority is as old as the nation itself. Community members are voicing their concerns, worried about the implications for their safety and the rule of law. The tension is palpable as both sides prepare for a showdown. As night falls on New York City, the tension remains high. The outcome of this case could change the way states interact with federal immigration authorities for years to come. The Department of Justice is resolute. They believe that enforcing federal law is paramount and that no state should stand in the way. For the residents of New York, the stakes are personal. Their safety, their community, and their future hang in the balance as this legal battle unfolds. In the end, this case is about more than just laws and policies. It's about the values that define us as a nation and the lengths we will go to protect them. New York's green light law is a disaster. This controversial legislation has sparked heated debates across the state, with many citizens voicing their concerns about its implications. It's a slap in the face to law-abiding citizens. People who have followed the rules and regulations feel betrayed by a system that now seems to reward those who have not. This law allows illegal aliens to obtain driver's licenses. By granting this privilege, the state is essentially legitimizing their presence, which undermines the rule of law. It's a magnet for illegal immigration. The promise of a driver's license can be a powerful incentive for more people to cross the border illegally, exacerbating an already complex issue. And it makes our roads less safe. Think about it. With more unverified drivers on the road, the risk of accidents increases, putting everyone at greater risk. Illegal aliens can now obtain government-issued identification. This not only blurs the lines of legal status, but also raises serious security concerns. This opens the door to fraud and identity theft. With easier access to IDs, the potential for misuse and criminal activities grows, affecting countless innocent people. It makes it easier for them to disappear into the shadows. but it gets worse. The anonymity provided by these IDs can be exploited by those with malicious intent. The green light law also prevents state officials from cooperating with ICE. This lack of cooperation hampers federal efforts to enforce immigration laws and maintain public safety. This means dangerous criminals are released back onto our streets. Without the ability to detain and deport, local law enforcement's hands are tied. They're free to commit more crimes. The cycle of crime continues, with communities bearing the brunt of these policy decisions. This law is a danger to public safety. It must be repealed. The voices of concerned citizens must be heard, and action must be taken to protect our communities and uphold the rule of law. Remember Kayla Cuevas? She was a bright young girl with a promising future ahead of her. Her life was tragically cut short. She was brutally murdered by MS-13 gang members, a violent and ruthless gang known for their heinous crimes. These individuals who committed such a horrific act were in the country illegally. They had no regard for human life. They should have been deported long before they had the chance to harm anyone. The system failed to protect its citizens, but thanks to New York's sanctuary policies, which prioritize protecting undocumented immigrants over the safety of its residents, they were allowed to stay. These dangerous criminals roamed free, preying on innocent Americans, spreading fear and violence in communities. Kayla Cuevas paid the ultimate price for these misguided policies. Her family and friends were left to mourn a life taken too soon. This tragedy could have been prevented if the authorities had taken stronger action against illegal immigration and gang violence. If New York had cooperated with ICE, these criminals would have been behind bars, unable to cause harm. Instead, they were free to kill, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. This is the true face of sanctuary cities. They claim to protect, but in reality, they endanger the very people they are supposed to safeguard. They protect criminals, not citizens, creating a haven for those who wish to do harm. Innocent lives are put at risk, and families are left to pick up the pieces after senseless acts of violence. We must rethink these policies to ensure safety for all. It's against federal law to aid or abet illegal aliens. This includes harboring them and shielding them from detection. New York's sanctuary policies do exactly that. Governor Hochul and her allies are breaking the law. They're putting their political agenda ahead of public safety. They're putting all New Yorkers at serious risk. The DOJ is right to hold them accountable. No one is above the law, not even politicians. Section 5, the left's open borders chorus. Of course, the radical left is up in arms. They're defending New York's sanctuary policies. They claim it's about compassion. Don't be fooled. This isn't about compassion, it's about power. They want open borders. They want to flood our country with illegal aliens. They don't care about the consequences. They claim it's about protecting immigrants. But what about protecting American citizens? What about protecting our communities? The left's open borders agenda is dangerous and reckless. They're putting our country at risk. Section 6, New York feels the pinch. The DOJ isn't just suing New York. They're also hitting them where it hurts, their wallets. They're withholding millions of dollars in federal funding. This money was supposed to go to law enforcement and security programs. Now, it's being redirected to states that follow the law. This is what happens when you defy the federal government. New York made its choice. Now they have to face the consequences. Section 7. Our leaders fight back. Letitia James and Governor Hochul are trying to fight back against the rising opposition. They're vowing to challenge the DOJ in court. Good luck with that. They'll need it. They know they're in trouble, and the pressure is mounting. They know their policies are indefensible and unsustainable. They're just trying to save face in a losing battle. But the American people are onto them, and they won't be fooled. We're tired of sanctuary cities and their empty promises. We're tired of politicians who put criminals ahead of law-abiding citizens. We want our country back, and we will fight for it. Section 8, a nation divided. This lawsuit is a symptom of a much larger problem, our divided nation. We're a nation of laws, but some people think they're above the law. They want open borders. They want to dismantle ICE. They want to give amnesty to millions of illegal aliens. They want to fundamentally transform America. This cannot stand. We must enforce our laws. We must secure our borders. We must put American citizens first. We must take back our country.